Speaking about big companies, we had a good one here. Let me find it. Okay, Greg, we're a local business. Does it even make sense to use TikTok influencers, or is that more for big brands? Well, let's unpack this. First of all, starting with the end, or is that more for big brands? No, no, it's for small brands, medium-sized brands. That doesn't matter. It's not that it's only for big brands. Local business does not necessarily equal small brand, which is another thing to say. But also local business and small business are not necessarily equal. So if you're a local business, it's different considerations. So basically you're comparing apples to oranges. Like, we're a local business, is it only for big brands? I think the better question is, we're a local business, can I find people like are there influencers locally that I can tap into? And then how do I make sure that their audience is my local audience? Like, assuming you own some sort of business where people like physically come into your store, or they book meetings with you or appointments with you that they do physically, right? What do you think about that, Dan? Local businesses, TikTok influencers.
Yeah, it can absolutely work for local businesses. Not only should you try to make sure the influencer is located close to your business, but also does their content and their channel have to focus around your local area as well? That's also critical, because you can find somebody in your local area and they do content that's just unrelated to the state, town, or whatever that you're in. But I'm in Connecticut here, central Connecticut, and there's a lot of Connecticut influencers, the influencers, all restaurant. That's a big one I always see all the time. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit of a foodie myself, right? But my TikTok For You page has a lot of places to eat, places, coffee shops, best bars and stuff like that, restaurants in Connecticut. And there's influencers that go around and do that. I love it. I love to see the content. And I go to those restaurants all the time, as my wife and I are always looking for different ideas. There's another one that I take posts about most beautiful scenic spots in Connecticut all the time that I've never even heard of, having lived here for 15 plus years. And I make a list of places I want to go visit with the family on the weekend. So it can absolutely work for you. I would say, to make it work even better, going back to the previous conversation about whitelisting and amplifying influencer content, use targeted paid campaigns to boost the local influencer content to get way more bang for your budget.
Yeah, the other thing is, make sure that they mention it in the creative. Like let's say you live in Erie, Pennsylvania, right? Like, make sure that they call out Erie, Pennsylvania in the content, right? Like, ideally at the beginning, like Erie, PA, or something like that, like right at the beginning. That makes a huge difference. That's a good hack with like local advertising too. Like, put it right in the copy, like calling all Erie people, or like calling all Eries. They call themselves Eries in Erie, PA. I don't know. I'll ask my therapist. She lives in Erie, PA. But yeah. Anyway, that's a really good hack, because the algorithm will start like keying in on those people that are like more drawn to it, and those people obviously are going to be local. So it kind of goes along with a piece of advice I often give in performance marketing, which is, the best targeting in 2024 is creative. Like, let the creative do its own targeting instead of like the other things that you might think are helping you target your content.